DappRadar's Off the Blockchain, the podcast where we talk about Web3. So that's blockchain gaming, NFT news, DeFi downtrends or uptrends, depending on the month. With me, I have Robert Hogendorm.
Which one is this one?
Robert Hogendorm recording from the Netherlands. And there's also Ian Kane, as ever, in the Lithuanian backcountry. And me, your host, Charlie. I'm doing this show wild at the moment, which means that I'm not at my normal headquarters. You might see a different background behind me. So I want to give a big shout out to my friend Anne for letting me use her house while my bathroom's getting renovated. Like and subscribe if you're a regular listener. And you can also catch us on Spotify. So what have we got coming up today? We have the bad news coming out of NFT Worlds. If you've heard about that, then you might be sad. If you haven't, it's quite interesting.
you will be sad.
You will be sad. We'll be looking at some OG NFT collections that are on the come up. So that's good news. There's some good news in the bad news stories. And Rob's going to take us through some fun games that you can play this summer, and we'll be commenting on those. Speaking of Rob, how are you doing, Rob? How's life?
All fine, man. All fine. Like you said, I'm back on the homelands, and yeah, it's good. Splinterland's staking ended, or not staking. Splinterland's airdrop ended. So yeah, that's one stream of revenue disappearing.
How long did that last for?
NFT World plummeted. So another stream disappearing. So all fine, man.
Less to worry about, mate. Less to worry about.
You've still got radar staking.
True. Radar staking still very juicy. Like, what is it? 190%. So,
something like that, yeah. I keep checking.
As long as everybody listening is not joining, then I will stay. I will stay happy.
Need to stop doing those tutorials, right? Like, stop showing people.
Yeah, definitely. It does keep. And it's good news and bad news for us.
Yeah.
Talk us through the Splinterland staking quickly. How long did that last for?
It was 1 year. 1 year, every day, continuously SPS tokens dripping into your wallet based on your holdings. So the more NFTs you had, the more SPS tokens you had. You collected points, and based on the weight of your points against the total pool, you get a certain amount of rewards per day. And yeah, it actually was a very nice experience. Like it's a very smooth way. It also kind of made you hold on to your tokens because yeah, I mean, if you hold your tokens, you have more weight, so you get more rewards, etc., etc., etc.
How badly was SPS hit during this year, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, like, what is it? 90% down, like many tokens.
Yeah.
So it's not, like land gameplay is coming up. They're also building their own blockchain ecosystem. So they're selling nodes for SPS. So there are various reasons why I'm kind of keen on getting some more. Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's a very, very popular game. It's always at the top of our charts, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ian, how are you? How's your head feeling?
I'm all right. I've been out sick this week, so I've been in bed for most of the week, so I don't really know anything that's happening. I'm kind of living under a rock. So yeah, this is my first day out in the real world again for like 4 days. So I'm feeling excited.
Ian, ADA flipped Bitcoin.
Really?
Yeah, it really happens. Yeah.
Anything can happen in blockchain. Give it 2 days and the whole world's flipped over. I can't believe I just believed that, but I suppose that kind of stuff makes me smile when we talk about all this negativity. I'm like, huh, really? But maybe
we'll have to bear with Ian and his slow brain today, then maybe.
Yeah, be gentle with me. Be gentle. I won't be gentle with you, but you can be gentle with me. That would be nice.
All right. Speaking of things flipping upside down in the world of Web3 really quickly, I want to quickly go on to the topic and conversation and news that NFT Worlds had a unfortunate piece of news last week. Rob, as an NFT Worlds enthusiast, or former enthusiast, please take us through what's happened and we can break it down.
Yeah. Well, let me first state that I'm still an NFT Worlds enthusiast in the sense that I love what they're building. I also think the team is capable of following the new direction. But that's not the direction I initially signed up for, so to say. So what happened? A couple of years ago, Marcus Persson, aka Notch, sold Minecraft and its parent company Mojang to Microsoft for like $2 billion. After that, Microsoft started to bring Minecraft to all kinds of platforms. They ran educational versions of it for schools, which are of course like free to use or like under a certain license. They've really been pushing to bring new stuff into the Minecraft ecosystem. Along came blockchain technology and NFTs. And the team of NFT Worlds has been talking to Mojang and their relationships or whatever it is, their business development branch. And NFT Worlds wanted to bring NFT-owned worlds into Minecraft where players can monetize gameplay time.
Within Minecraft?
Within Minecraft, yeah. So those worlds were generated through a seed. So every world, like if in Minecraft, if you type in a certain string of numbers, the algorithm will generate a world for you. And that world is completely unique. There can be hundreds of millions of strings, hundreds of millions of worlds. So a total of, I think, how many NFTs is it? 20,000? I honestly don't know the top of my head. But let's say 20,000 worlds within that 1 billion line of possibilities were like claimed by NFT World.
Yeah,
they've been tokenized, and if you own the NFT, you own the world, and you can alter it, and you can build games on it. Players who then play those games, okay, there are 10,000 worlds. But players who play a game in NFT Worlds, they can earn world tokens for their participation. Then earned tokens go to content creators. Content creators can sell NFTs, can sell maybe you build a city and you can sell individual apartments to other players. I don't know, that kind of stuff. It was hugely popular. NFT Worlds really boomed over the metaverse hype last year.
I mean, it had a great year this year. The first half of the year was amazing for them, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, they launched products. They generally delivered, but Mojang decided differently. And I'm now going to search the quote. Mojang had an entire post dedicated to their new user policy, the end user license agreement, aka the EULA. That's like the ridiculously long document every game has, but nobody reads. And in that document, they say, to ensure that Minecraft players have a safe and inclusive experience, blockchain technologies are not permitted to be integrated inside our Minecraft client and server applications, nor may they be utilized to create NFTs associated with any in-game content, including worlds, skins, persona items, and other mods. So, long story short, NFTs and blockchain not allowed at all within Minecraft.
Can I ask a question here to both of you? How do we think Microsoft thinks that NFTs will make their players unsafe?
They had a bit of a story in their. It's not a long document, but they had some story there about people buying NFTs losing value, and then people making a loss on their purchase. So they had a bit of a story there, and yes, that's indeed possible. When you buy a painting, when you buy an NFT, when you buy anything, when you buy a car, it immediately loses value. So from that perspective, I don't see when I buy Minecraft, I can't sell it. I lost 10-15 euros.
I was about to say that, like, you've lost value there. Even walking out the shop with it, it's worth less than it was in the shop. So
yeah, I mean, I buy Minecraft for Xbox, cost me 30 euros. Bring it back to the shop, secondhand, and they give me 15.
There was
So,
in the
yeah.
Minecraft announcement, there was a couple of interesting bits in there from their side where they spoke about that, Charlie, as well, where they said, and I'm just going to read it, where each of these uses of NFTs and other blockchain technologies creates digital ownership based on scarcity and exclusion, which does not align with Minecraft values of creative inclusion. It reads really strangely, and then it goes on to say, we are also concerned that some third-party NFTs may not be reliable and may end up costing players who buy them. So like what Rob is saying there, you could buy an NFT that's potentially fake, like off the marketplace. But
you know, the scarcity thing is true. That's
yeah,
I mean, that's true. But there's also not an infinite amount of cars in the world. There's also not an infinite amount of houses. There's not an infinite amount of Xbox consoles, PlayStation 5 consoles. I mean, they're still hard to get by. So
yeah, the whole world
scarcity is always a thing. Like my biggest issue here is that they say that people are being shut out.
Yeah.
And yeah, sure, you can't own one of those worlds because there's only 10,000 of them. But you can visit that world, you can play in that world, you can earn world tokens, even if you don't own the NFT.
And also, it looks to me like they've used sort of like a lot of modern current buzzwords.
Oh yeah,
that are quite hard to argue with to back up what's probably just a very hard-nosed business decision, really. I'd assume at the bottom of it. I'm not sure they care about exclusion and inclusivity and
it feels
like being safe. I think they probably care about their bottom line.
Yeah, ass covering and bottom line. Like, why get into all these areas of grey when there's no real need to for one of the biggest brands on earth yet? Let's just wait, kind of thing. Like, it does feel a bit like that, right? Like they're just distancing themselves from something that could bite them in the ass later. I mean, they make a good point about third-party stuff, but
what is that third-party stuff?
I don't know. I guess
an NFT. How is an NFT going to harm players?
Financially, I guess, if somebody falls for it. But that's, again, I guess Minecraft are not prepared to put the onus back onto the player because traditionally they've always been there to hold their hand should there be a problem. Whereas in the blockchain world, they'll be like, well, sorry.
Yeah, I guess they've got less control, haven't they? So that they can get held responsible for something that maybe wasn't their fault.
Exactly. They can't pull on the levers as much. They can't control the situation. And I can understand why they would want to control a situation where brand is so important. But yeah.
What's happening? Just quickly, Rob, can we show everyone how this has affected the price of the tokens? And because I think I saw big news that there was a big drop in the price of World, which is Oh, here we go. So,
World is right now almost 1.5 cents. That's down 61% in the past 7 days. And it's all-time high, 62 cents. So it's way like 90% plus down.
Yeah. So a little bounce though.
Yeah, in the past 24 hours, 16% up. Because the team is trying to create their own game world, their own game engine. They have the funding to do that. So I'm pretty confident they can. It's just it's no longer within the Minecraft ecosystem.
Yeah,
and again,
based on Minecraft, then it's even if you make something that's like Minecraft, it isn't Minecraft. It's like Minecraft.
And my biggest issue with Minecraft right now is that hammering on exclusivity and having no access, shutting people out. Minecraft is selling Minecraft realms, private servers, selling where people can only play with their friends. They are selling exclusivity.
And they say in their document, this is not a thing between the haves and have-nots. Well, that's exactly what it is because you're already doing it, like you just said, Rob. Like, it's so contradictory what they're saying here. It's very strange.
Yeah, I mean, as I say, it's a business decision that's wrapped up and couched in the language of inclusivity.
From the business perspective, if anything, on a positive, these guys got the deal done with Minecraft to some extent, and they made this happen over the last 6 to 8 months. They've obviously got people who know what they're doing in their business team, so I wouldn't give up hope on them because they got this done, and making deals like this is not easy for a new products and projects. So they obviously have the nous to take something new forward, maybe not a new version of Minecraft, but who knows? Maybe there's a game out there they can partner with.
And Microsoft has been involved in NFTs already. Like they had some courses internally where they gave out NFTs for certain things. They have been eyeing blockchain technology for quite some time. The conspiracy theorist in me kind of expects Minecraft or Mojang to step into NFTs/blockchain themselves. Maybe they will even buy NFT Worlds. I don't know if that's possible, but it would not be within the realm of impossibilities. I mean, if you've seen Doctor Strange and in the multiverse, it's possible.
Anything's possible.
Ian, this is kind of what plays into what you actually said earlier on today. I remember you saying something about you think that they're maybe learning from NFT World, the Web3 experts, take that knowledge.
Well, it works both ways.
This isn't fact. This is all conjecture.
But this is conjecture. But like Rob says, the conspiracist in me as well also believes that this was a deal about acquisition, about knowledge sharing and other things. And it can work both ways. NFT Worlds may have picked up a bunch of information about Minecraft and how they do their things and vice versa as well. So a learning expedition on both parties. Don't know. I just ultimately think it's kind of strange for it just to come to a head like this. And like Rob says again, it's like now we have to decide what we're investing in because we're not investing in World, which was my lure was with the association with NFT, with Minecraft. Now that's gone. I don't really know what I've invested in anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like there's nothing. Why is it? They're going to need to work very hard to reaffirm that brand. So interesting times ahead for them. But I wouldn't say the end. No.
Right. Well, there are certainly some projects that look like they were going towards their end, but have made amazing renaissance and comebacks. So we're going to look now at a few OG NFT collections that were apparently dead, but have now resurrected themselves. Will the real OGs please stand up? The first one that we wanted to look at was Immortal Player Character, which is something from 2018. So it's 4 years old, and it seems to be having a bit of a moment back in the sun again. Who wants to talk us through that?
Yeah, I can. Hold on. Like Immortal Player Characters, it's been around since 2018. It's an NFT that serves as a basis for playing role-playing games. So it's very comparable with Loot. I don't know if you remember that. Loot was simply an NFT with some metadata on it that contains that said you have a sword, a cloak, leather boots, etc. Then this is a little bit. There's an extra layer to this one. The extra layer is there's some graphic element to it. There's a small character, a human or an orc, a dwarf, an elf, and those characters. They become your basis for any role-playing game, digital or physical. Yeah.
Am I right in thinking that they were quite big maybe 4 years ago, and they went down?
I don't even know if they were big 4 years ago. Like
so this is the first time they're big.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't call them big at all.
No,
even right now, they're not big.
But they're just, sort of, as a percentage, they've gone up in value. They've gone up in trading volume. They've gone up in transaction numbers.
Oh, absolutely. Like in 2018, a few thousand were minted out of the entire collection. Then they were simply forgotten, and now if you look at now they've been rediscovered. Now there's a Twitter page. Like the developers have become active again. I have no idea why, but suddenly they're back. And that collection has been picked up, and the remaining ones have been minted. Interesting story, and it kind of falls in line with what we've seen with other NFT collections. Like we often talk about NFTs being rare or not rare. Like a golden Bored Ape is rare, and therefore it's worth $1 million. A zombie punk is rare, and therefore it's worth 20% more than a human. That kind of stuff. However, like there's also some value in historical NFTs, and that's of course what many of those people jumping on Immortal Player Characters are betting on. Like I don't think anybody really believes that Immortal Player Characters will be integrated into every blockchain game on the planet. That's not the case. It's more like, okay, this is a project that's from 2018. that's way before the 2021
It's
hype.
basically like they want to buy out NFT antiques, really. You
Yes.
think?
Yes.
Which is funny that in this world, 4 years old makes it an antique.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any antiques, Ian? What is your oldest NFT, if any?
I haven't got any antiques. The one that I started looking at, which I've always had an interest in to see if it falls in line with what you've also discovered, was CryptoKitties, because I like CryptoKitties. I like the creators. So I just wanted to have a quick look and see if any sales have been happening there, because they're OG as well, right? I think they launched in 2017, maybe. And they killed the Ethereum blockchain when they first minted because it wasn't used to having such large amounts of transactions to process through the mint. So I was having a quick look to see if there was any sales. Let's have a look what we've got here. So yeah, we can see a couple of days ago. Now this is odd because you don't really see a lot of sales of CryptoKitties over the last few years, maybe one every now and again. I think the founder's cat sold a few weeks ago for quite a high amount. But in the last couple of weeks, we started to see things happening here. Now it's not massive. Look, you can look at the 24-hour data there at the top. You got 10 sales. It's not huge.
Ian, just to jump in here, could you really call this a true dead cat bounce?
You could. Yeah, you could. I guess you could. A real one. That was good.
Carry on, sorry.
You're getting good at these. You're getting good at these. You're throwing me off now. My brain's all warped out thinking of one-liners. So yes, this is an OG collection that seems to have found its relevance again, basically, which is kind of cool because people are out there looking for things that have had their moment in the sun, perhaps, but they're going to get their real moment to shine once people actually truly understand. Because arguably these things were early, like crypto. Nobody really knew what CryptoKitties was. Probably still don't, to be honest. But yeah. So we've seen a bit of action there over the last 24 hours, 7 days. And over the last 30 days, we've seen some pretty high sales there. Founder's cat, highest price, 33.3 ETH. So nearly 40 grand for the Founder's cat, which was 2 weeks ago. That was the one that I put into the top 10 NFTs. And then other ones are just kind of normal. But you see the Gen Z one there, for $335. So they represent a pretty low value entry point to an OG NFT collection, basically. There's some there for like $20. So yeah, again, not investment advice, but these are OG collections that could have their day in the sun again. So it's interesting to see what's going on here because obviously the shine has come off NFTs a little bit recently, but people who know what they're doing are still out there looking for the best buys.
I wonder what this is all based on. Is it just pure nostalgia, do we think?
I'd say more on speculation, to be honest, Charlie. I think everything in our field is based. Most of what's happening is based on speculation, right? You buy an OG cat for 20 quid, and hopefully it's worth more in the future. The other one that arguably falls into this category is ENS as well, which was launched in 2017, again around the same time, and has really become quite popular lately with a lot of ENS names flying around, and even strangely after the airdrop, which made a lot of people quite wealthy. Not wealthy, you know what I mean?
Got them some money,
yeah, free money. And but all of this has occurred after, so that airdrop really worked. It got people talking, and
arguably there's some actual genuine utility behind those ENS domains. Whether to what extent that utility is worthwhile and useful in the real world is sort of up for debate, but
I don't think people
can do something with it.
They do. I think that's like a bonus, though. I don't think people really care. I think they're like, this is they see it as a collectible mostly, apart from like OGs maybe like us who see it as an easy way to remember our long ass crypto wallet name. But yeah, it's also a bit of a badge of honor, isn't it? Putting your ENS name in your Twitter profile and things like that. So people do that. Rob,
it's to be honest, ENS is also like, if you get paid in crypto for whatever work you do, communicating ENKane.ETH is so much easier than communicating 0x. Even when you copy paste, like they still rely on somebody else copy pasting properly. Having ENKane.ETH eases lots of things. So CryptoKitties, like I have some. Back in the days, 2017, I was like, what the hell is this? I didn't buy anything. I didn't understand it. I bought some later on, just some cheap ones to say I have some CryptoKitties. Worthless. But I also bought some of those. Like the interesting thing about CryptoKitties, they have those minting events, or breeding events, whatever it's called, and you need to combine CryptoKitties, get their treats over, and then ultimately you will mint something special. And I think those collectibles, especially the ones that are tied to a brand or tied to an artist, they can do well. So I have some CryptoKitties with artwork from Hackatao in it.
Nice.
And I have a CryptoKitty with Lil Bub. I don't know if you know Lil Bub. It's one of the first internet cats that became famous. It's like an ugly cat where the tongue hangs out.
Yeah.
So,
You got that? So you've got some pretty good ones there, man. Like you've got
I got some. And the Lil, I bought them all secondhand, by the way, secondary market. But Lil Bob, I was like, okay, this could be something special because Lil Bob is like the first internet meme cat. Like nowadays we have so many celebrity pets, but that was one of the first. So that was kind of cool.
Have you had any offers on your CryptoKitties?
No, man. I also don't have them listed or anything. They're just in my wallet. I will save them for a decade, and then we'll talk.
What about you, Charlie? Have you got any old school ones or anything of interest in there? Or are you
I started buying NFTs in the last 6 months. My oldest one's probably.
You're a veteran then, mate. Basically.
Well, how long have MetaKey? How long have they been around for?
About a year, I think.
Yeah, almost a year.
So there we go. That's probably my oldest one. My MetaCrew and my MetaKey.
OG, mate. Anything longer than 6 months.
Well, I'm just waiting for them. I'm waiting for their world to open up so you can play with your MetaCrew character and walk around in whatever world they make, and when gameplay is actually fully open. Because I see stuff, but I don't know.
These spoiled kids nowadays, they expect utility from the NFTs.
Yeah, when utility. Well, they keep saying that there's stuff on the way, and they're building in all these different worlds, and I want to start playing.
Dangling the carrot for like 20 years. Yeah,
I've got my MetaCrew character. So
talking about old school stuff without utility, mooncats. So I want to show you. That's what I was going to
say. I always get mooncats and CryptoKitties mixed up.
Oh, it gets even more complex because there's also crypto cats. So and there's even right now there's even also a mooncats with a Z, because this is the original mooncats.
Yeah.
And mooncats with a Z, that's a new collection that hit the market. But this is the original mooncats collection. Now you see some of them listed here. These are the most expensive ones ever sold.
Look at the Darth Vader one.
Vader one's dope. Look at him.
Yeah, so that's a thing in mooncats. You can add layers to it to customize your mooncat. So, so you see here's one. There's one in a giant crab. You see that? So it's really like an internet meme type of thing. And when you have a mooncat, you can use it in, for example, World Wide Web. It's not like, again, utility-wise, don't expect the world. But so what's interesting here, so if you use the NFT Explorer, you look at a collection like mooncats. If you use the filter, you can dive into, it has clones, has twins. But what I want to show, rescue year.
Because that's the main thing for these, isn't it? The mooncats. It's the rescue.
Yeah, this is a bit comparable to the immortal player characters, in a sense that 2017 it launched. Then it was basically forgotten. 2018 a little bit, 19 even less. 2020 only two cats rescued, and then 2021 it hit crypto Twitter, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, we're going to mint this OG project," and it sold out instantly.
Is 2020 the year to get one from then?
Possibly. Yeah, I mean that could be. I honestly, like, I wouldn't say 2020 is the most valuable. Sure, in this particular treat rescue year, but ultimately, like 2017 is where you want to look at, right?
The original.
The OGs, the oldest ones. So if we apply the filter. These are the oldest ones, so you will see the black and white one. They're ones they call Genesis cats, and they tend to sell the most. Like Logan, one of those Logan brothers, I guess Paul. I don't know quite which. One of them has a Genesis cat, and they are like the holy grail of the mooncats collection. And
It's kind of interesting as well how like the early NFT collections focused in on something that was already like very popular on the internet as well, with cats, right? Like it's always been said, if you use cats, then it's a good road to success.
yes.
And we saw the 3 collections launching around cats, and it worked for them.
And some of the earliest ones as well, yeah.
Who'd have thunk it that people like cats, eh?
Oh, we're all cat owners, aren't we?
Yeah.
Not NFT cat owners, real ones.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
But you know, like NFT Explorer is a great tool to discover treats of NFTs, you know, to dive into what's the price difference between different treats, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, go to DappRadar.com and give that NFT Explorer a try. You can find it in your portfolio hub. It's on the left side. It's a strong tool. It also allows you, if you have an NFT in a certain collection, you can kind of get an idea of where it fits in terms of rarity, and which aspects of your NFT are valuable and which ones aren't. So it's a cool product.
Yeah, I think we discussed the valuation tool last week, didn't we? And it's really a good way to see actually how much your stuff's worth, not how much you think it might be worth.
Yeah,
it's a useful tool to use. And go on to DappRadar, check it out, and see how much your portfolio is worth. Now, I'm going to move us on to Rob's gaming updates, and I'm going to ask quickly: are there any cats that feature in the gaming update, Rob?
I can probably twist and turn a little bit and mention.
You could find a cat
and mention some cats.
Just go and get a cat off the street and sit it next to you while you're talking.
But no, take us through what games we can look out for at the moment and the updates from the world of blockchain gaming, because this is a space that continues to, I'm not going to say thrive, but it's maintained its level of performance in a world that's otherwise maybe dipping. I'm going to use that word, dipping.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, in general, like token prices have dipped, yes, of course. But what blockchain gaming does well is maintain an audience. Like if you read our industry reports made by Pedro Herrera and the research team, you can read that gaming is responsible for most of the activity on the blockchain, the most connected wallets. Gaming is still going strong. Yeah, sure, like the underlying value of those assets might be lower. Like NFT World's token dropped significantly. Axie Infinity and that token has seen big drops. Sand token for the sandbox, everything. But the activity is still there. Players still play. Like that will never change. And the more quality gaming goes into this space, the more people will play and will discover that it's cool to earn a few bucks from playing a certain game.
And I think I think in the next 18 months, so the rest of this year in 2023, I think there's going to be a whole slew of genuine AAA games that come out with blockchain technology behind it. So I think one to look out for, Gala games. I also went to a Star Atlas event last week, and we've got an interview with the CEO there on the site. And if what their video show is going to be the gameplay, then that looks like an amazing game as well. So that would be just like playing the games that people are used to playing on their Xbox or PlayStation or computer, but with the added play to earn function as well, which is sort of a win-win for them, really.
Yeah, just on a personal note, I always find the AAA terminology, that like throwing that term around a lot. You see that a lot in blockchain space. Let's not call blockchain games AAA.
How are they rating it anyway? What's AA? What's single A?
I have no idea.
AAA, there is no other way.
AAA generally stands for a high quality product with many millions of dollars of investment. Development costs involved. So
not DeFi Kingdoms.
And not DeFi Kingdoms. And that's not to disrespect DeFi Kingdoms, but
but it's GameFi, isn't it, guys? Anyway,
yeah. So like a small update. So okay, so the sandbox, the virtual world, voxelated, etc. Their alpha season 3 is coming up this summer. Still no date for that though. But even even though there is no date, doesn't mean you can't do anything. So right now there's the Eye of Morax challenge. It's sponsored by Guild of Guardians, another blockchain game. You need to go into the sandbox editor. You can test all kinds of levels there. You need to find the Eye of Morax challenge. When you play it, you can earn GOG tokens or GOG tokens. I don't know.
I've got a quick question for you, Rob.
Yeah.
To get into just the sandbox world, do you need a sandbox avatar to walk around in it?
Now you need to make an account on the sandbox on the website. Then automatically you can create an avatar. You don't need to own. You don't need to own an NFT. You don't need to own any. So
it's free to just
any access pass. Yes, it's free to join. You can just play the challenge, have some fun, and share the prize pool.
Cool.
In addition to that, like for the bit more, let's call creatives among us, if you're into game design and level building, the sandbox has some interesting free tools to use. Like you can use VoxEdit to create game items, or you can use their game maker to create game experiences. Now they have a initiative together with Crazy Defense Heroes. That's a tower defense game for mobile devices. You need to make some assets inspired by that Crazy Defense Heroes game, and then you can join in the prize pool for the Tower Game Jam. So again, if you want to earn GOG tokens, play Eye of Morax. If you are creative and want to build something, then join the Tower Game Jam, so you can earn some sand as a prize. So that's pretty cool. Next game, Crazy Defense Heroes, as mentioned, tower defense game for mobile devices. You can now go to the Apple App Store, download it, start playing, and if you connect your Crazy Defense Heroes account to your account on crazydefenseheroes.com, so you need to make sure that they are connected, you can start earning tower tokens as a reward. And this August, they have increased the prize pool. There are more tower rewards, so tower token rewards for daily and monthly quests. So yeah, get your tower defending going, connect your wallet on the official website, and make sure you meet the threshold.
Those tower defense games are actually quite addictive.
Yes, and actually, like Crazy Defense Heroes is actually crazy good. It's really a good game. It used to be a play to earn game. A free to play game.
Yeah, but it was called something else, wasn't it?
No, there's the Crazy Defense Kings. There's Crazy Defense Kings, which is a similar game, and Crazy Defense Heroes is basically the follow-up version of it.
Yeah,
it used to be a free to play game, but they added this play to earn element with the tower token to it. And ultimately, they want to create a third game in the series, but that's when that will happen, we don't know.
And this is from Gala, isn't it?
No, Crazy Defense Heroes is from Animoca Brand.
Okay.
Then the third and final one, as a tip for this week, is Gods Unchained. From July 27th until August 10th. If you trade NFTs on their marketplace, so if you trade $10 of NFTs on their marketplace per day, you're part of a daily reward pool, and you will earn you will earn a share of 40,000 IMX tokens per day. So pretty interesting. So if you I don't know, spend $100 on IMX card, on the Gods Unchained cards on a day, then you get a reward in IMX tokens.
Nice.
So, buy some, get some.
Nice tip. Nice tips.
Just July the 27th to August the 10th, by the way.
Yes.
Last week. Just listening to Rob there that last week and the week before talking about games makes me really makes me super proud, because we're talking about a metric that DappRadar basically introduced to the world in unique active wallets. Whereas in blockchain, a lot of the time we always talk about value, TVL, dollar values here, dollar values there. But then when we talk about games, we can talk about users, which is what is most important, I believe, when we talk about games and players and how many people are playing it, not how much money they're spending. it just makes me very happy to hear like how we can talk about these things with such confidence and providing a metric that actually finally has some true value in the industry, because 5 years ago perhaps it wasn't a stronger metric. But yeah, it's just very cool. We're talking about games and we're talking about players. We're not talking about money. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there, because not many people probably know that about DappRadar, that unique active wallet metric is ours basically.
Yeah, it is a bit of a double-edged sword, though, right? I mean, not every game that we list, like for example, Crazy Defense Heroes, like you only connect to the blockchain to claim your rewards.
Yeah.
And if you look at Splinterlands, you do something on the blockchain every single action you do, like every game you start, every reward claim you do, etc. So, like there is a nuance there, and that's important. Like it's important to recognize. Like it's the same with mobile games. Like if you say this game has 10 million downloads, that's often like the metric they do to promote the game, right? This game is 10 million downloads. Okay, but how many are actually playing it?
Yeah,
and like 10 million downloads says something about the quality of your marketing, not about the quality of your game. So, exactly. but that's a nuance that you need to understand, and that's in similar vein, like blockchain games also have a similar nuance in terms of how often do they connect, and what does DappRadar count, and what does it say about the game as a whole?
Yeah, it depends on the game on chain or not, really, doesn't it?
That's it. Yeah, we're collecting on-chain data, and that's what we do, but it can be to our detriment as well when we're trying to talk about things that are trending.
I assume that in future there'd be the possibility of being able to analyze stuff in more granular detail, so you can see what those interactions were, as opposed to just interactions. So you can say, how many people are actually playing with and interacting with the game once a day, not how many transactions did they do. And say they cashed out twice and logged onto the game 3 times. That's kind of like 5 unique active wallet connections, but that's one person playing in a day. So maybe in future we'll be able to have a situation where we can differentiate between different actions within the blockchain. I don't know. What do you reckon, Rob? Is that possible? Will it be possible?
Yeah, I mean, I also kind of force, like the thing is, of course, like blockchain, you often need to sign a transaction, right? In order to log in. So if we would tie login into a game together with a signature, a blockchain signature, we could track signatures. So theoretically, you could say, okay, every game every Dapp on the market introduces that signature into their user journey. So every time a person logs in, we at DappRadar can see, a person is logging into Axie Infinity. A person is logging. Yeah. But the question is, do they want us to do that? That's something different. That's a whole different story. But technically we can do that. Yeah.
But no, I like your point, Ian, about it's good that we're not just talking about money and just about speculation and prices, because I think that's where a lot of mainstream media get this sort of stuff wrong, is that they just see crypto and they see Celsius and they see 3 arrows and they see stuff like Terra Luna going down the Swanee and they think, oh, blockchain technology is over. But it's like, no, some crypto companies are over, but blockchain is a technology that has loads of uses that can be found out and made use of further on in the future.
I mean, they focus on value because it sells newspaper, whatever, sells clicks.
I think they also do it with a bit of glee, because they've something that's outside of their normal world, so they're just like, oh, we can't wait for it to crash down. I'm sure they said the same the last 3 times Bitcoin crashed.
Oh yeah,
and when it goes up again, they'll be like, oh, it's a bubble, and then it will go down and it will go up. So
I actually, just slightly off topic, but I read an amazing comment yesterday about Bitcoin. Somebody called it the biggest rug pull in all history. That the fact the creator Nakamoto, whoever that might be, created it, took a third of the supply, and then vanished. That's a rug pull, isn't it? To some extent, that's what this person was saying, and like with real conviction as well. And I read it a couple of times, and I thought, but
the wallet hasn't been touched.
There's sort of a point there. No, I know, but it's just a weird way to look at it, right? Like
But
whoever was writing
can you imagine, like, there's actually a guy out there, like, shall I pull it now? Should I just
when it gets to 100K?
Let's wait a couple of years more.
Yeah.
I mean, that's some real foresight to have a 20-year rug pull.
That's what it's just the way the person explained it. I thought it was really, really with such conviction. I thought, all right, you've really bought into this. But yeah, I've never read that before. It was quite interesting, to be honest. But
all right. Well, on that confusing and conspiratorial note, we'll leave it there for today. Remember that you can read more about all these sorts of stories on DappRadar. Go to our blog, find out everything that's going on in the world of Web3. Use our tools to find out everything that's happening with NFTs and prices and apps, and find your alpha with DappRadar's tools. So see you later, everyone. See you next week.
Cheers, guys. Thank you for tuning in.
Cheers all.